Hello, I'm Sheila, the Grateful Goddess, and with me today is Felicia Brown. She is a business and marketing coach, and in addition to being an author and a massage therapist and a number of other things, just finding your stride, what you really are most passionate about.
Right.
Tell me how that happened.
Well, Sheila, first of all, thank you for having me here. I actually, in some ways, I hit my stride a long time ago because I'm also a licensed massage therapist. And I've been doing that for 20 years and absolutely love it. Love working with people, love helping people get out of pain, love helping them succeed in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that regard, I've been doing what I love for a long time. I've had a couple of businesses, a couple of day spas that I also really enjoyed working in. Well, the first one anyway. The second one might be another story. But in my business and marketing coaching world, which is the other side of my life where I write and teach and so forth, I've been very fortunate to do a lot of things that I love, but just in the last, I guess, couple of years, I've really realized that I love teaching. I've been doing it for a long, long time. First, I taught figure skating to children many years ago.
Okay.
And then in the restaurant industry after that, before I came into the massage and spa world, I was a restaurant trainer. And so in every job that I had, basically ended up always being that coach, that person that helped people understand or learn something. So it was just a natural fit for me once I became a massage therapist. And I've been teaching almost my entire career. But as a coach, I've learned that that stage is where I really get the chance to inspire people. When I get up on stage and I get to teach a class and I have someone's attention for 3 hours, it's like it's magical.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing, especially when people are getting it, when I see that spark in their eye and they really are understanding what I'm talking about. It's incredibly empowering for me, and I think that energy just kind of builds and it ends up being a great experience for everyone that's meant to be there anyway.
Right. And so you were a massage therapist, you enjoyed doing that, and you continued to grow and expand, and you opened a spa at a time where it wasn't the perfect time economy-wise to do so, and it ended up that you filed bankruptcy. And so really there's always those huge lessons within something like that. So if you want to talk a little bit about how that opened you up to finding exactly what you were meant to.
Well, the background on that is that my first spa was actually incredibly successful. Grew from my massage practice into a business with 50 staff members and sales of almost $2 million a year. And when I sold that, it was a lucrative sale as well. So I have a record of success behind me, and I will admit that going into the second spa, I had a little bit of an ego about that first success and thinking, been there, done that. I don't need to really try that hard. The circumstances for that second business weren't the same. The economy was a little different. It was a much bigger investment rather than growing a business organically. It was kind of trying to do it all at once. And to be honest, it was a place where I did not have passion. It was something I was doing as I guess I would say, I don't want to say a favor, but it was kind of brought on by requests from former staff members. Oh, please open another business for us. You're the best boss ever. Don't ever open a business for that reason.
Yes.
So my heart wasn't in it, and that business failure really helped me to see a lot of things. Number one, I'm not foolproof, or I don't know everything. We all have to always be learning all the time. We can't ever think that we know it all. And the second thing, like I said, my passion wasn't there.
Yes.
And it was an expensive way to learn that you have to have passion behind what you're doing in order to be really successful. I mean, you can have a lot of money, you can be making a huge fortune at whatever you do, but if you don't love it, that money almost doesn't even matter, I get to do what I love every day in both of my jobs.
Right.
And that is what real success is, I think. The money will come if you love something enough, and you have to follow the right procedures.
Right.
But if you have that passion to begin with, then it doesn't even feel like work to you.
Right.
I'm sure you understand totally.
Absolutely. I like the way you said failure, because you recognize it wasn't a failure at all either. That's, to me, it's like people will put that type of a label on it, and it's not true at all, because if you hadn't had that particular experience, you wouldn't have known where to direct your energies next, which provides this level of fulfillment and direction in your life that is so rewarding.
Well, I mean, if I was explaining it to someone this way just today, if you're not failing, you're not trying. And the honest truth is that business is all about successes and failures. It's about trying things and seeing if they work, going out for that big deal or a promotion or whatever, and then when it doesn't work out, getting some feedback about, why didn't it work? What was it that we could have done better? And seeing how you can reshape things to make the next thing come into fruition. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes you say, wow, I really didn't want that at all.
Yes.
That wasn't it. But I think that too many people get caught up in the idea of, oh, if it doesn't work, there's something wrong with me, that I'm a bad person or I'm not a good business person. And I don't believe that. Everybody makes mistakes. And what I have learned, one of the biggest lessons, I'm not sure there's so many, but one of the biggest lessons that came from that for me is how much my failure can help other people. And, being willing to share that, it's been a huge bonus for me, because people have come to me and said, wow, Felicia, if you could get through it and be so open-minded and optimistic, I know I can get through my hard time.
Right.
And knowing that I'm not going through this alone, that you've been there,
yes.
Not only does it give them confidence in my abilities, but it also gives them confidence in themselves that they can get through it too.
Right. Any other tips that you would like to share?
Well, I would just definitely wholeheartedly say perseverance is the key. That's one of the biggest lessons I got from my grandmother who raised me. And it's about, stick-to-itiveness, I think is the way she would put it. So sticking with it, you don't give up after one shot. Marketing which is what I teach primarily. A lot of times people do one promotion or one mailing or one networking event and say, oh, it didn't work.
Yes.
Well, once isn't enough. You have to keep with it. Go to a month's worth of those networking events or a year's worth and see what happens after that. Don't base your success or failure rate on one time. It's not realistic. I think the other thing, and this is what I teach my own coaching clients and the people that come to my marketing classes, and that is you have to let go of the idea of perfection. A lot of people get wrapped up in, oh, it's got to be just a certain way before I do it. And sometimes that's okay. But if you're like that with everything, you never make any progress. So instead of getting caught in perfection, and I have to credit my friend here, Dr. Dennis Buckley, a great chiropractor here in California, with helping me to see this for my own work. Don't focus on perfection, focus on completion. In other words, do it. Take action. Keep taking one step after another. Because if you're only thinking about, well, it has to be just so, you'll never do anything.
Right.
And if you don't do anything, you can't succeed. So just do something. Take action every day. That part of that persistence is taking one step at a time. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. And even if you can just do one little task a day towards that greater vision, you will get there. Well, and if there's something that's really holding you back, where you're really afraid or holding back or hesitating on taking that action, then you might want to ask some more questions. Is it even the right action? Is this something I really want to do? There's that hesitation, and it's not always about perfection. Sometimes it's like a big stop sign saying, this isn't where my heart is. And oftentimes when I'm talking with my coaching clients, I'll say, when they're saying about a goal, and I can hear that hesitation, putting on the brakes, like, is this really your goal? Or is this something that someone else thinks you should do or has told you to do? And oftentimes I say, well, yeah, my husband said, or, well, my clients have been talking about this, or my staff, that's a big one. And when, you entrepreneurs out there, the staff says I should do such and such. Well, that isn't always a good business decision, and it doesn't always fit with your vision of your business. I mean, it's great to listen to the people that are there, but you ultimately have to make sure it's a fit for you if you're the one guiding the ship. So if there's that hesitation, then maybe you need to examine that and find out, what is it that's holding me back? Is it just fear and I need to just work through it? Or is it something bigger that's saying, oh, this isn't the right move after all? And then you do need to reassess and start a new path perhaps.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, when you want to talk about perfection and completion, that's the comment I was referring to earlier with my friend, the chiropractor. That's exactly where that came from. I have been endeavoring to complete a book for many, many years. And it's been a lifelong goal, and for some reason, it was something I was very fearful about. I don't know why. I've written countless articles. I've had several blogs, and I've created other products, but for some reason the book was just holding me back. It was just me getting in my own way. And so I finally completed the first book, which is called Free and Easy Ways to Promote Yourself, or rather to promote your massage, spa, and wellness business. But honestly, the tips that are in there would be great for any business, particularly people that are in service-oriented businesses, whether that's personal training or yoga instructor or what have you. But essentially what's in the book is what I consider my top philosophies about marketing. The absolute, you must have these things, and I've already talked about some of them in here, the persistence and sticking with it, that it's a process, and also having real clarity about what it is you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
So these are the things that I talk about with my clients and my students, and then it goes from there, that creating that foundation, to actually looking at specific techniques on getting new clients and then keeping them in your business. Retention is such an important thing that so many people fail to focus on. They're so worried about getting new people. Oh, more new clients. They'll go and do all these promotions that focus on new clients, forgetting to take care of the clients they already have, or the people that's a new client today, and forgetting to invite them to come back or do more business with them. So it's specific tips, language, even scripts on how to get people to come back into your business, how to get them in the first time, but then how to get them back again and again, and some specific promotions in there that people can put into practice as well. Some that I've used in my own business, and others that have been things that my coaching clients have used.
Wonderful. Thank you, Felicia.
Oh, my